Hello everybody and welcome to Sunday's edition of Wardy's Waffle. As you can see, the scenery behind me, this is not Lincolnshire, this is the Algarve. We're at Valdelobo and Rhonda and I are booked to have a holiday here, have a week here 2 or 3 months ago. But of course the weather hasn't played ball. The idea was to get all the first wheats planted and get those in the ground, and then we'd have a break before we got onto the second wheats and the continuous wheats. But because of the weather we didn't get that done. So we came away just when things started to get busy on the farm. But the spot we're at here, those of you who regular watchers of this channel will remember probably, I think it was update 132, going back to April earlier on this year, where this beach was levelled. I know Lass, the guy who has the construction or rather the landscaping turf company, does a lot of golf course renovation and builds football pitches and football pitch renovation. And this is a clip of him levelling this beach last April with a bulldozer and an excavator. And clip 132 goes into detail on this when they're actually doing it last April. And I was with Lass last night, and he's doing some football stadiums at the minute, but he's just finishing those. So and he was busy today for me to get any updates on that. Anyway, that's enough of that at the minute. But you just see a look at update 132. It's really interesting about levelling of the beach. Just before I get into this update, I just wanted to touch on Red Tractor. There's been a lot going on in the press today about the new green initiative that Red Tractor want us to take part in. They say it's voluntary at the minute. I'm not going to comment too much on it at the minute, other than to say this ludicrous stuff with Red Tractor has to stop. There is an NFU council meeting on Monday and Tuesday, and I'm going to that, so I'll refrain from commenting now before that, and we'll have a full update on Red Tractor next week. Anyway, the start of this update, I was coming back from Lincoln recently and I saw a novel Beet machine, or a machine that cleans and loads lorries of sugar beet. So I've got a clip of that, and it was when I still had my foot in the boot. So you'll see I've got that in the clip as well. But we'll start this update with that, and yeah, novel machine for loading sugar beet lorries. It cleans it and loads it all in one. See there how slowly it's creeping forward. And the beet's tipped in a very long narrow line by just one trailer wide. And then that arm sticking up is when they get to the end of the heap, and it just pulls it into the bed here. Got a load of giant sort of corkscrews there, cleaning it, bringing the beet into the middle. You can see here it leaves it, everything's dropping out underneath. You can see at the front how it's feeding it. And then all the tops and the soil's dropping out here, and it's really wet here. But I've got to be careful, I don't want to put my boot on it because it's really sticky just there. But look how slowly it's running. See more soil dropping out. A minor road not far from Lincoln, and it's great because the lorries keep the wheels clean, and it doesn't take long to load a lorry, maybe 5 minutes, I think that's all, and that'll be 29 tons. Nearly full. Driver's just telling him how much more he wants on. We've what weighers on all these lorries have. That's it. Full. 29 tonnes or roughly. Off the Newark factory, which is about maybe 12 miles from here. So I hope you enjoyed that update. Really interesting, impressive machine, as you can see. Just looking up in the sky there, that you can see it. Got an aeroplane coming in, and I think last Sunday when we were here, our first day, or was it Monday, we counted 14 planes coming in about 2 hours. And yet they say farming gives the biggest contribution negatively to climate change. What a load of rubbish that is. Anyway, looking at next topic here we've got in this update. Again, this was recorded before it came out. It's probably the most asked question I have on this channel, and it's an update on the sprayer. So let's crack into that, and hope you enjoy this one. And apologise for the wind. I actually lost the muffled microphone, which I'm using at the minute. You can see it there because there's a bit of breeze here. I actually lost it when I was doing the update here on the sprayer, so apologise for that, and I found it next day. Anyway, let's crack on with this little clip, and this bit about an update on our new sprayer. Well, what have we here? So just to show you one or two things while it's on the lorry underneath, this is the extra filling we've had made for putting the liquid fertiliser on. You can see quick release coupling there, so we'll only have that bit on when we're actually putting fertiliser on, which will be about 3 weeks or a month in the year. And then the tap goes round up and down the pipe, and you can see silver pipe there into the top of the tank, so a lot neater than the old sprayer. Same wheels as our older one, but obviously new or nearly new. Not a very aggressive tread, but we don't want that aggressive tread. So we haven't got any hills to climb. There wouldn't be a lot of good if you lot of steep hills, but for us on not damaging the sugar beet and things like that, because it will run over the top of rows of crops, it's perfect for us. Well, really, these wheels are. This shows underneath. Wheel motors. You can see it's got a bit of a leading edge there. That's to part the crop, so the crop can sort of flow around the wheel motors and then go back again. That's filter. Big filter in there. So we've got these chains on, and this is to secure it onto the lorry. So this is how you fasten it up so it rides properly and doesn't fall off the lorry. It's got a ratchet there. That's just flattening off. So you can put these hooks in the different lengths there. Depends what length you want it. So you put them crossed at the back and then crossed at the front. Apologies for the wind. So you put them crossed at the front as well, like that, and then that keeps it really secure. You see there how tight they are. Also, you can just see here that the tyres hung over the side of the lorry. But that's fine driving up like that. Some lorries have what they call outriggers on, where they'll fasten in here, and then it'll have extra planks down the side here for combines and things, but for this it's fine like this because you've got more than half the wheel is on the lorry. It's only a little bit hung over, so you've no need to put those on, and it'll still travel secure like that. And legally, not quite sure it's legal on the road, but travelling transport, all these transport companies, this is Rainthorpe's company from near us, only a few miles away, got a lot of lorries, and they do a lot of national and international machinery haulage, so they've got all the dispensation orders they need for travelling with wide machinery on the road. And on the front deck there, they are the what we call row crop wheels, the narrow ones for going through the crops when they're growing tall, so we don't run them down nearer to harvest. We put them on in the spring, probably April time, and leave these wide ones on until then. Some of you are bound to ask how wide is it overall on the road, so I've got a tape measure here, pass that across to Matt. So Matt's going to be on the outside of the tyre there, outside of the tyre here, and this, I'll do it that way round. So we are 116 inches or 2.95 metres wide. So Matt's just hopped on, he's just going to back it off. I'll just have to watch him so he keeps the same overhanging bit on the bed. safe now. Looks a lot lower on these wheels. Obviously they're not as tall, they don't need to be. So Matt's just strapped these ramps back up in the middle. That's how they stay now till they get back. It's just taking the straps off for the row crops. We'll lift that off with the forklift. I've got Matt here, hope you can hear with the wind. Just on about transport, Matt, how many lorries have you got?
We're 16 in the fleet now, so...
and you go abroad as well?
Yeah, sort of 5 or 6 lorries every week into Europe, so...
Wow, crikey.
All agricultural machinery.
And on the width of it, I know we were talking a few minutes ago about the width. That sprayer was just over, was it just under 3 metres? What widths are you allowed before you need escorts and police escorts and things?
So everything over sort of 3.2 metres,
yeah.
We have to do a movement order through the government system, which is called ESDL. So we plot our whole route, and then it tells us where we can go, and then informs different polices in all the different counties.
Yeah.
And then on from that, anything above 3.5 metres wide, we then have to escort ourselves.
Yeah.
Obviously in front of the van on the single carriageway and behind on
just come out the window, I think I'm conscious of the wind just getting in the microphone. Yeah. So so how often do you have to have the police involved? Not very often.
Not if we can help it.
No. Yeah. But, and do they charge you?
Yeah, there's a cost to that.
Yeah.
So doing it ourselves, you understand the machines, you understand the roads, and also we can save a bit of money as well.
Yeah.
But if you really need to, we've done some stuff for the Lord Mayor's Parade in London.
Yeah.
So going down into St Paul's Cathedral with a P-Viner on, you have to get the police involved for that.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
And how long in front do you have to sort of notify them and start planning it?
Nearly a week probably.
Right.
It's all dependent on whether they give you the the time. And we do a lot of SOS combines in the summer. So more than often than not, we've only got half a day's notice, so we have to ring up and plead the case that it's part of the food chain and everything else. And most of the time they let it crack on because they understand it in harvest time.
And what's it like transporting combines on the road then? Is it fun sometimes with other motorists?
Very challenging.
Yeah, it is.
If people paid 5 minutes of attention and realised that the big van with flashing lights meant something, then there'd be a lot less near misses and
I know. We find it with combines on the road, they just don't take notice of them. Yeah. What are the legal limits on weights and things, and what extra licences do you need?
So the vast majority of lorries on the road will they'll be around the 50-ton mark, and then this lorry here is weighted up to 60 ton. Not very often will it do that, but just sort of our line of work, we need the extra capacity. Yeah. And then you can apply for your STGO, so your special types for the vehicles. So then you can push on to sort of 80 ton, or you can push even further to sort of 150 ton for big stuff. Yeah. It's upgrading the lorry that then it's got the right components, so you can safely transport at that weight, as a combined unit. So
and your trailers, your low loaders and things, obviously, so, you don't swap the low loader every time you swap the unit.
No,
and where are they made? Are they foreign or not?
We like to do a lot of in-house. So, just in the minute, the lads in the workshop are converting an old curtain sider. Because it's got a lightweight chassis and it's on super singles. So that's going to be turned into sort of a low loader. And then from there we can hopefully get a bigger payload on the back. But our combine trailers, they're a mixture really. We've got Wraith that are not far from here in the UK, and sort of the cost-wise implications of buying those trailers are fairly big. So we like to try and do as much as we can to save a bit of money.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and then for potato harvesters, beet harvesters and sort of P-viners, we've got drop neck low loaders, which are made by Househam, which is sort of like the John Deere or the Fendt of the trailer world.
So when you say drop neck, they're the ones you mean at the front, that you drop them off the front and you drive up the front rather than off the back like we've seen now with this ramp. So up the front of the lorry there, I'll just show you there on the wind. So that drop neck comes off there, and then the unit pulls out, leaves the trailer, and then they drive the P-viner or the machine up the front.
That's it, And when we do combines out to Europe, for the height limits over there, we have to take all the wheels off and drop them. Because abroad the bridges are so much lower. Not quite sure exactly what it is, but we take them back to our yard, take all the wheels off and drop them to the chassis. So they're right. sort of that far off before.
Oh, right.
So yeah, that's
it always amazes me as well when you see some of these motorway bridges. Some of the I know they're all a set height, aren't they, the bridges are meant to be?
Yeah.
And you see some lorries going there, flying underneath them, and it looks like they've only got an inch or two to spare under some of these bridges, but there's maybe more.
They build the trailers to fit under.
Yeah.
And an unmarked bridge in the UK will be 5 metres.
Right.
Or, you know, it might be higher, but minimum it can be 5 metres.
Oh,
so,
I see.
Yeah. It's a bit precarious sometimes when you're looking at a combine on the back and you think, oh, who's going to hit that?
I know.
Yeah, no, it's all thought out.
Yeah, brilliant, great. Thanks, Matt, interesting. Go. Heading back now, they're only about 5 miles away. That's where the main yard is for Rainthorpe's. So again, apologies for the wind, I haven't got my muffled microphone with me. Quick look round it, you've seen it properly before, the other day when we were there. It won't stay like this for long, the way chemicals always seem to mark the paintwork. These lights here, you might wonder what they're doing, but when the boom opens out, these lights shine down the boom, and you can actually see if you've got blocked nozzles when you're spraying in the dark. And that's it from the back of the cab. There's the receiver. We will take that off a lot of the time when we're not using it, to keep it in a safe place, because there you go. Yeah, one of the hottest things getting stolen from farms at the minute. So this is the John Deere screen, you can see there. And then this is the iPad that's got other sprayer settings on. Whether we move that slightly, it looks a bit bulky just there, right on there, so I'm not quite sure yet. Ruben will see when he gets in it and starts using it. All the various controls down here, not quite sure what they all do yet. Unfolding the boom, handbrake, auto steer, revs, and your joystick there for forward and back. Let's just start it up and we'll have a drive around the yard. It's a class forager cab, so it's really good cab. It's very spacious, good leather seat, and I think that's the fridge, yep, underneath there, and a good passenger seat. Yeah, really good passenger seat there. There we go. Following me. I'll just turn. Crikey, it's got a stunt turning circle, wow. Really stunt. I know the old one was good, it was 4-wheel steer like this, but very, very stunt. So that's all looking good. Tom and Ruben have just been out down the back. Compressor's come off. I better watch that, see if it comes here. No, it's not doing. Tom and Ruben have been out the back cleaning the combine and getting it all blown down, ready to put it away in the shed, ready for the winter. Good big wide doors as well. Nala's looking very pretty, waiting for me. Hello, Nala. A good girl. Nala. Hydraulic step, so that when you put the brake on, the step comes out. That's just protection on that is. We'll take that off when we get using it, because it will slip too much. We've got Andy and Alex just turned up from Househam's. We've got the sprayer in the field, just trying it, putting some water in. Just going to go through a few settings of it, because we need, there's myself and Tom and Ruben, we're all going to be driving it, or we need to drive it. Obviously Ruben's going to be driving it most of the time, but we all need to be able to drive it in case Ruben's poorly or something else is happening. So this is what we're doing. Just see it behind me now. Just weighing it. What is it, Andy?
9.8.
Yeah, 9.8.
Yeah, that's right.
9.8 tons, but there's a bit of water in it.
Yeah, a bit of water to fuel,
oil,
engine oil, all sorts.
Yeah. Just going to put it in the other shed because at the minute our old sprayer is still in the chemical store in there. I'm going to keep that just for a few weeks. We've got sugar beet to spray with that on the road crop on the narrow tyres, so it's in there. We're just going to put this in one of our grain stores. So there you are, we finally have the sprayer, which I must say I am really pleased about. So the beach behind me is where Lass was levelling, and he was saying last night that the rough seas haven't happened yet. They normally come in the winter time here, and these ledges here will all be completely taken off and take the sand out to sea. Anyway, while we've been here, the first few days we were here, Tom and Ruben have been drilling and also rolling and spraying. Nephew Richard came and helped for a couple of days to help get that done. It's always the same when you arrange something, the weather changes what your plans are. So they were drilling, got a lot of the wheats in, the first wheats in, they've still got the second wheats in, continuous wheats in, but they've got a lot of those in and the rolling and spraying done as well. And you've just seen by these little clips that Ian very kindly took with his drone that it was going really well at the time. After that, you'll see the clip now. We've had a lot of rain at home, and the forecast a few days ago was for, I think it was 14 millimetres on the Wednesday and about 25 on Friday, and this is a snapshot of our Sencrop weather station's forecast. But as it turned out, we ended up with, I think it was 18 on Wednesday and 35 on Friday. So consequently the farm now looks something like this. And thanks to Ruben and Tom and also William, who we do his farm for, contract farm, for sending in these clips. You just see how wet it is back home at the minute now. Anyway, we'll see of that when we get home, which we're getting home on Sunday lunchtime. So that's it for this update from the Algarve in Portugal. By the time you see this, we'll be home. So thanks very much for watching. Please come back with any questions, and we'll see you on the regular slot next Wednesday.